Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember when we started solving for equations, I told you that there's 3 ways that you can solve for equations. The first one we did was what? You remember? Graphing, right? We have 2 lines, and we found the point where both lines intersect. And the one that we learned just before the break called substitution. Okay? So that's 2 out of the 3. Today we're going to learn the third one, which is called elimination. Okay? The word elimination means to get rid of something, right? So basically what we're trying to do in this one, we're trying to eliminate one of the letters. You know how we have always x and y, right? If I try to eliminate either the x or the y, then I will only have one letter to solve for. Okay? So here's what we do when we're doing the elimination. The first, okay, let's just fill in this blank. So in math, the word elimination means to get rid of. Get rid of a variable by adding or subtracting 2 equations. Okay? Now, the first step is to line up your equations. Okay? So you're going to write the first equation, and under it you're going to write the second equation, x under the x, the sign under the sign, the y under the y, the equal under the equal, and the number under the number. They have to be under each other, same order. Okay? So I'm going to write my first equation, 3x minus 4y equals 14. And I'm going to write my second equation right under it in the same order. So I have 3x plus 7y equals negative 8. You see how my x's and my y's and my equals are lined up? Good. Now looking at these 2 equations, I have to either add them or subtract them to get rid of one of the letters. Now looking at the letters, which 2 have the same coefficient, which means the number in front of them? The x, right? You see that this is a 3x and a 3x, right? Since they have the same coefficient, I can eliminate them. By doing what? If I add them or subtract them? Subtract, right? If I do 3x minus 3x, I get 0, right? That's the whole point. So in this case, I have to subtract, right? So I put a subtraction sign, and I put my kind of equal line, right? So this is my equal line. So now I have to subtract the first, so I subtract the second from the first, okay? So 3x take away 3x. What do I get? 0x. Good. Now, negative 4y take away 7y. What do you get? So negative 4y take away 7y.
Negative 11y.
Negative 11y. Okay? Well, you can put on the calculator, you can put this on the calculator. Negative 4 minus 7. Okay? Equals 14 take away negative 8. I want you all to put that on your calculator. 14 minus negative 8. What do you get? 22. So, on the calculator you should put this. 14 minus negative 8. got it? Okay.
I forgot to put the minus.
Yes. And that's very important. Okay? So you get 22. Do I have to write 0x? Is that something that I have to write? No, it's a 0. It doesn't make any difference, right? So technically, I do not have to write this 0x. Okay? So what I have here, I have negative 11y equals to 22. Right? So basically, I have negative 11y equals to 22. How can I solve for y? Divide by negative 11. That's right. Because I want to get rid of that negative 11 with a y. Right? Bring it over, becomes division. What's 22 divided by negative 11? Negative 2. Now, I have to substitute the value of the variable back into either the original equation, into either one of them, and solve for the other one. Does it matter which one I choose? No. Okay? So I put that negative 2 in for y, either in the first one or in the second one, it doesn't matter. You can pick the easier one. In this case, they're both the same. So there's no easy one, no hard one. Okay? So I'm going to pick the first one. Then plug in negative 2 in for y. You guys see what happened? So I have 3x minus 4y equals 14. Instead of y, I put a negative 2. Because this is what I learned. I learned that y is negative 2. So that will be what? What's negative 4 times negative 2? Positive 8, right? Because negative times negative is positive. Now what's my next step? Bring the 8 over. What does it become when I bring it over? So 3x equals 6. What's my next step? Divide by 3. So x equals 2. So what I found is the solution for these two lines is x equals 2 and y equals negative 2. So let's recap. First thing, you want to put the two equations under each other. X under the x, y under the y, equal sign under the equal sign. They have to line up. You pick the letter that has the same number. Okay, they have to have the same coefficient. You either add or subtract the two equations to solve for one of the unknowns, and then plug in that unknown back into one of the equations to solve for the other. Easy? You can do this when the coefficients, one of the coefficients are the same. Okay, one of the letters coefficient is the same. After you do that, you have to check your solution, right? Same thing as we've done before. So to check the solution, did I photocopy that part for you guys? To check for the solution, you have to plug in that value that you got, the negative 2, back into your original equations. y is negative 2. Right? I have to do the same thing for my second equation. Are you guys okay with this? Now remember that at the end, you must tell me what you found, right? I'm looking for a point. So what's your solution? What's your solution? What's the solution for this system? That's right. So the solution is, the point is 2, negative 2. Right? Where do I get this from? If I go back here, right? X is 2, y is negative 2. X, y. Are you guys okay with this? Do you want a few minutes to try the next one? And then we'll take it up? Okay.